Hello, 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 and welcome back to Anywho, the podcast. I'm Abdulaziz, and
I am Michael Kuri, aka Mikey, aka Chibawaza. Glad to be here, guys.
well, as you can probably tell, this is not Aisha. Aisha is currently ill. She has a bit of a fever,
Whoa.
unfortunately, and we're wishing her quick recovery. She
Yeah,
started off
please,
with
I need
with a sore throat in the morning, and then now,
Oh, shit. Wish her quick recovery. I need her to be back so that I can look for her trouble.
hey, Michael, the troublemaker.
Yeah, that's me, bro.
Anyways, today we're going to talk about something that's a bit of a chronic illness. Michael, would you say you're a people pleaser?
Yes, I am.
No, that was a straight answer. I was
Yeah,
wondering if you would say no.
I think I am. Not even I think I am. I am.
Okay. Well, that's probably going to make things a little bit easier in that we can now talk about things that we relate to. So yeah, as you can probably guess, we're talking about just that, the approval addiction. It doesn't put you in a hospital, but it will definitely drain your energy, your time, and sometimes your peace of mind.
Truly.
Truly well and truly. But I would say Michael is a people pleaser because your job is literally a content creator, and you have to beg strangers to like, share, and subscribe.
Nice one.
It would have been nice to have Aisha here. I'm pretty sure she's the cured patient. I don't know if she was ever a patient, and she would be the one to do the intervention for us. But without her here, we're just two people pleasers talking about people pleasing. So, well, you said you're a people pleaser. Would you like to tell us why you think you're a people pleaser?
I would literally just use like the definition of it, right? Like just trying to please people. So, for instance, when someone asks for a favor, and probably it might mean me being less efficient, right? And I still try to, find a way instead of just saying no immediately and just, resting with that. I still try to say, oh, okay. Normally it won't work, but let me just see how I could still help you out to do this, right?
Yeah.
I consider that people pleasing.
Yeah, that is that I went to ChatGPT, right? I was like, I don't think I'm a people pleaser. My friend asked me this very specific question a week or so ago. She was like, do you think you're a people pleaser? And I'm like, I don't think so. I like to make people happy. But then she said I wasn't. So I asked ChatGPT, I was like, you know what?
She said you weren't a people pleaser.
Yeah, she said I wasn't. Well, based on my answer,
I think you are.
Oh, he thinks I am. Okay. Well, I asked ChatGPT. I asked it. I was like, okay, maybe I am a people pleaser, and I'm just trying to be like, oh, no, I'm not. So I was like, give me questions that I would like, to ask to really get to the bottom of it, that you'll know that, okay, I am a bit of a people pleaser. And I think by the second question, I was like, oh, I guess I am a people pleaser. Do you want to hear some of the questions?
Yeah, sure.
So the first question was, do you often say yes to requests before checking whether you actually have the time, energy, or desire to do them?
Yes.
Well, for me, it was no. I was like, I think, especially in recent times, it's always... It's a complicated question, isn't it? Because there's family members that I can't say no to. But I don't know if that's part of people pleasing or if it's just life, but I don't know. But then the second question was like the real hitter for me. It said, when someone is upset with you, does it feel disproportionately distressing, even if you know you didn't do anything wrong? Now, there's nothing I hate more than someone being upset with me, whether I did something wrong or I don't do anything wrong. It just makes me like, as to use the words of someone, it puts me in an emotional limbo.
I love
I'm like, yo, what? Why are you upset with me? Please stop. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
that's me too.
you seem to agree very very much.
Yes, I do.
Has that happened
I
to happen
do.
to you
I do.
recently?
Yo, sure. Like in my workplace, right? There's this
Yeah.
person, and I think it's now making me to now build that immunity, right? That you can't. I thank God for NYSC, bro, and thank God for life. I'm realizing, we've been told we can't please everyone, but most of the
Yeah.
time, these things that we just hear, it's through experience that we actually sit into them and understand them better. So, like a similar thing happened in, my a group of friends of mine at CDS. And there's this friend that is angry with me that won't even say hi again. Like, I literally greet her and she doesn't answer. Or I can see how we look at each other and I try to greet and she just looks away. Me knowing that she has seen me, right? So I know she's seen me and I know that she's intentionally avoiding me and I know that she's angry with me, right? But I'm clear on the fact that it's not my fault. That is 100%. And it's not like a self-centered thing, but it's 100% not my fault, right? So, but being the kind of person that I am, regardless, every time we still meet, I still have this urge of greeting first, of like saying hi, of still feeling like, oh, we're friends or stuff like that. But the more and more we meet and that attitude is still there, the more and more it makes me realize that, yo, you can try your best, right? But you can't be God. Even God has enemies. Yeah. So I can't. I can't. Learning that now, really. To be honest, I'm learning that now.
It's good that you're building the immunity as well. They say experience is the best teacher, don't they? Wait, is that the phrase? Is it experience as the best teacher, or is it failure as the
Teacher,
best
right?
teacher? Who's the best teacher?
Well, before they said experience, right? But I think someone said practice or what? I've forgotten. Said.
Well, the point is you do something and you fail and
But
you get it,
I
and
still
then
think experience is. I still feel experience is the best teacher. To be honest.
yeah, well, yeah. So as you've experienced it now, you're kind of building that immunity. I don't think I've experienced that particular thing
Yes, you get it,
where
bro. I
someone
never thought I would
is,
experience it. Right?
yeah,
I'm surprised. In my head, I'm like a good boy. I'm like an angel. I'm like, yo, why should we be having these issues? But bro, I'm realizing that it's reality and
yeah,
you just trying to, being like, oh, let's be friends. It can end up with you being embarrassed, like
yeah,
in
very much
public.
so, very much
So
so.
now I stay in my lane and it is what it
The
is.
closest thing to that happening is always maybe a family member. I have one particular family member that always gets upset, quote unquote upset, is like, oh, you don't message me, oh, you blah 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 blah.
No, bro,
And
that's different. That's different.
nah, but they sound so serious that to the untrained ear, they'll probably be like, oh,
Yes.
he's in trouble. So
Bro said on train here.
I see it as like, okay, she's definitely like in some ways joking, but what she's saying
Mhm.
is facts. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry
Yeah,
actually.
truth behind it,
But
right?
yeah, to the point of yours where they're like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you, or I'm
Yo,
not gonna this,
literally,
and then greet
dude,
them, and then again. So
literally
I don't
not.
think I've experienced
Okay,
that
I'm going
before.
to say something, even though
Well,
I know it might not settle with a lot of people, but I feel
okay.
it's ladies that do that a lot. That's what I'm
Mm.
realizing. That's what I'm realizing. And a lot of ladies seem to agree with me on this. Do you notice that a lot of ladies have issues with each other? Like
Yeah, it's something that
friends
I
as
think
friends.
everybody has mentioned at some point that girl
Yeah.
relationships are
But
really
bro,
difficult.
well like exactly. Like it's crazy. And I try to understand it when probably a friend of mine is telling me about another friend of mine and the betrayal and so on. I'm like, whoa, to be honest, I've never experienced it with my guys, right? I don't know whether we don't have the time for that or I literally don't even know. But I just leave it as a mystery.
Yeah, it is a mystery. I
Yeah.
kind of wanna do research on it and do an in-depth study into why females are more likely. even though it's not like exclusively a female thing, it's probably males that are
it's not
that do it,
just
but
them,
then. But then, well, I would love to see why.
I would have loved
What
Aisha's
psychology?
point of view on this.
Wallah. Anyways, maybe we'll do another a part 2 with Aisha here.
Yeah, it would be nice. I would love that. I miss that.
Yeah. But it's a really it's a really difficult thing being a people pleaser, because back to the ChatGPT questions, they gave me 35 questions and all of them were like,
that's a lot.
I made I didn't read all of them. I kind of just went the first few and then I jumped to the last few and I was like,
Yeah, people pleaser.
There was one that asked if you don't like asking people for help because you don't want to burden them.
Bro, that gets me a lot. It gets me a lot.
Yeah.
Gets me a lot. Okay, should I tell you one other thing that made me feel you're a people pleaser?
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it.
So it was last month, right? When I asked you for some money when I was broke, and then you told me how much you had left, but you still gave me, I think, about like 70% of that money.
Yeah, but I explained. I said it was because
you explained, right? But I don't know. Deep inside, I still felt, you still just wanted to help out, right? And I'm really glad, right? I'm really glad. I know there's a thin line between everything, but I'm just saying, like, to other people, they would actually either reduce the price, reduce the money that you will give, or just tell the person that they don't have, because they also have their own things ahead of them. So yeah, I think that's one thing for me though.
We actually talked about this concept of setting boundaries when people ask you for money. In the previous episode. But
with Aisha.
Yeah,
I haven't
with Aisha.
listened to that.
Well, that should be released today.
Guys,
actually, it's being released today, Friday. Well, inshallah.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll listen to it.
But yeah, speaking about that thing, there's one of the questions also said, have people described you as too nice, too accommodating, or always available? And that first one, too nice, is something that literally someone told me in secondary school. It was in uni, not secondary school. In uni, that he told me that specifically. I know he's listening to this because he used to listen to our podcast. He told me specifically that my future girlfriend is gonna break up with me, and he told me to mark his words. He told me to mark his words that he's going to say that I'm too nice.
Oh my God! But there's okay. Finish first.
Well, the thing I was going to say is, like, there's obviously a line somewhere, because you mentioned there's a thin line to everything. What is the line between being a nice human being and being a people pleaser? Because that's like the key thing here. Because I will say, I do like making people happy, like, for the sake of God, but not for anything, but just I want to be here and then someone smiles, and then I don't want to be here and someone is frowning. But with this ChatGPT questions, the line are getting a bit blurry. It's like, okay, am I being nice, or am I just being?
Do you know one crazy thing?
What?
You even thinking about that line already says you're a people pleaser.
What? Okay, well, that complicates things. What?
No, it doesn't, right? Because people that don't care, they won't even think about the line, because they are like, I don't even care, bro. Right? Like, they don't want to please. So they are not really, where is the line where I don't please and the line where I please? They are like, I don't care, bro. I ain't gonna please you. So, but back to what your friend said, right? I agree and I disagree with him. I agree with him in the sense that in the world that we live in, most times people don't want a stable thing, right? They want conflicts. They want something
wait, sorry, I wanted to say the meme. I want violence always.
Violence always. Right. So like, they don't just want a stable stream, right? They want ripples. They want things to happen in the process. But that's the aspect that I agree with him, right? In the niceness thing. But the second aspect, I saw this and it really resonated with me. Even though I'm not, I'm not in the relationship like a wedding aspect or something.
Yeah.
But he was like, for the right person, you are not too much. You are not excessive. So, usually sometimes we try to control ourselves in front of some people or, not trying to be over nice and stuff like that. But to be
Yeah.
honest, if the person really cares about us for who we are, we will not be too much for them, right? Like you will
I
not be
like that,
too
man.
nice for
I
them.
like that. I'm gonna put that on my
You will love them.
status.
Yeah, I can't even quote it again.
What was
That's
the
just
phrase again? For the right person, you are not too
we are
much.
not too
What?
much. Yeah.
That's deep. I
So that
like
was
that. I
just
like
it.
that.
Because if we're trying to calculate when we're being too nice to someone that we love and then trying to bring it down so that we not love them too much, then what's the use, right? We're afraid that if we love them too much, they would go when that is who we are. But regardless,
Yeah.
that's my thoughts on it.
But then, you're speaking of it in the context of a relationship, and then you're talking about the person you love. I was like, okay, would that apply for the people you care about, like your family members, your friends, your closest friends? Would this all apply? Like being too nice, is
No.
that a thing you can be to your not
Yes.
partner?
Yes, to your friends, to your not partners, your family, yeah, there is such a thing. I'm not there, right? But there is because sometimes when we give people, most times when we give people the opportunity, they will take advantage of us. That's just a fact.
Yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
I've always wanted to be that person that can switch up, right? I don't know, but I have these people, probably uncles or elderly ones that they are cool people, right? But when a
Yeah.
situation calls for it, they can literally be, let's say, violent, right? They can
Oh,
literally change it for you. So for people
yeah,
like me, like violence is the last resort, right? For instance,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
bike
yeah.
man, I told you I'm going to give you 200 and he said no problem. And we get there and you are telling me 300, right? I would just normally I'm like changing it for you. I'm like, okay, that's not what we decided on. But like me now, if I have the 100 naira and I've told you that you said 200 and I see that you want to escalate, bro, I don't have the strength. If I have the money, I will give you and go, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just
Yeah, that's
saying
definitely
in
me
the
as well.
yeah, people would always want to take advantage of you, right? So let's take
Yeah.
for instance, you have to know how to for using myself as an example, right? I feel I would relate with this more. So let's say oh no, let me use someone. So it happened to me, so I'm speaking based on experience. So I sent this friend of mine, he just told me that he was broke one time, right? So I just sent him something. And then this other time again, same thing happened. So I sent him something.
Okay.
So he now called me one particular time. I truly didn't have much, right? But I actually had the amount that he had asked for. But I told him that I didn't have. And it
Okay.
was intentional, to be honest.
So
It
when you
was so
listen,
as not to make it a constant thing.
when you listen to the podcast, you will hear that Aisha said the exact same thing, or rather, she suggested the exact same thing. She said, "Oh, after that, you should just be like no, so that they won't come again."
Exactly. To be honest, right? It's like it's not normally right. We shouldn't do
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
you
definitely.
don't, if you notice that this kind of person, right? Maybe especially if it's a friend that doesn't pay back, right? They ask and they don't pay back, or their integrity is not really something you can vouch for, then
Yeah,
you have to. If we don't, we would be stupid, to be honest.
just get on.
Yeah.
That's
So
true,
that's one
actually. That's
aspect.
very true. I am now realizing that trying to find the balance is a fact in of itself that I am a people pleaser. So now I don't know what to do. Should I
Yeah.
stop looking for the line and just toss it away and just be like, oh, there's no line? Or do I continue to find the line and just, figure it out?
Um, No, I would suggest, right? These days, I don't give advice, I only give opinions. So I would suggest or give the opinion that you keep trying to find a line. Because the thing I'm realizing, right, is that we are unique humans and everything
Yeah.
is unique to us. So
Mm,
most times we shouldn't just take the advice of someone and just use it as our Bible or use
absolute
it as
fact.
our
Yeah.
law. Like we should
Yeah.
just try it for ourselves and see if it's something that works for us. If it works for us, then sure, we use it. If it doesn't work, then we tweak it or we look for another thing that works for us. So
Mm,
you can have your own laws that guide how you borrow someone your money, like something that you have
yeah.
seen that
Yeah.
works for you. So you just use
Yeah.
that and you know. So that's my opinion, though.
Well, your opinion is an advice, and I'm gonna take it. And if it goes wrong, I'm gonna come back to you and be like, "Yo, you gave me bad advice. It's all your fault."
No, okay. One thing that I'm trying to use now above all else is I think there's a book on that, right? Hell no. Is it hell no or yes? Or I've forgotten. Oh, hell yeah, I've forgotten. So he's like, if he's being asked the question or if people ask for something though. So let's say for instance, they ask you if you would be able to take this video editing class on Monday morning, and when you think about it, it's a it's a no, right?
Yeah.
So, but you
Yeah.
don't want to, crush their feelings. So you find a way to
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
the idea behind it is that if it's not something that you immediately leap for joy, right? If it's not something like, yo, Abdulaziz, come teach these people in my class, we'll pay for your flight and we'll give you like 500K, and then I don't know. After that, there's like a holiday for you that you can chill. And I think for something like that, your mind would be like, hell yes. You'll be like, yes, like, that kind of
Yeah.
exciting,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So he's
Definitely.
like, put things into two categories. It's either you would really love to do it or it's an automatic no. So like something, and
Oh.
if you use that, it's a really, it's something that would help, but it's something that is very, very difficult for people pleasers like
And
us.
it's very strict, isn't it? So talking
Yeah,
about
it's
that
true.
business thing, there's another aspect to it. Though I don't know if this has anything to do with people pleasing, but
Okay, what's
with
that?
business as well as
Mm-hmm.
freelancers, I don't know if we can call ourselves that. There's an aspect
I
of
guess.
our business that involves charging people. And
Mm,
particularly with people that we know, that becomes a touchy subject because it becomes a
very,
thing of,
very.
oh, I have to give them a discount. Oh, if they ask for a
Mm-hmm.
discount, I have to give it to them, family and friends discount,
Mm-hmm.
as they call it, right? And
Yeah.
saying no to that is an incredibly difficult task because it now becomes a personal thing rather than a professional thing where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're not gonna give me a discount so you don't like me. Ugh, okay,
I know, right?
but
But I don't know if this helps.
if what helps.
Like these days, I have a friend that is into graphic design. I'm not talking about
Mm,
you. I know that you are dope at graphic designs.
yeah,
But
I
I
know you
have this
have
other
other
friend,
friends.
and so when he's like a very close friend of mine. So when I ask him
Yeah.
to make a design for me, I pay
Mm-hmm.
him. Like I pay him his full price. So
Okay.
unless maybe I don't have the money or something, I can ask if there is a discount, right? But like I pay him what he usually charges. And I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
it's personally, right? I talked about opinions. So personally, I think it's helping me a little bit, knowing that if I pay someone what they actually deserve, why won't someone pay me? Like even though we are friends, why won't someone pay me what I also
Yeah, I
deserve?
get
So
you.
I think if we inculcate things like that, it would help us better.
It would, but I don't have design. Do you know what? Well, I guess till business comes, I want to start. What is it called? The thing where you give people work that's given to you, outsource. So when I'm
Mm.
outsourcing things,
Or
I'm gonna
or delegating.
no, it's outsourcing because someone gives you
Okay,
work
yeah,
and then you
yeah,
give that work
yes,
to
yes,
someone
true.
else. Yeah,
True,
yeah,
it's
yeah. So
outsourcing.
when that happens, maybe that's when I'll have to test the experience of it, and maybe that might
Okay.
help. But for now, I have no such experiences, so I can't say. that would help. I think a large part of the problem is the lack of experiences to kind of shape your immunity to people pleasing, just like yours with the CDS lady. Like now that you've experienced it, you're now you're better equipped to not need to make everyone happy.
Truly.
Well, hopefully, as we continue to grow, because we are still quite youngins, 24-year-old, I think that's still young, right? Let not a 16-year-old come and call us uncle.
Actually, they would, bro. We're almost 10 years older than them.
Bro, someone was saying the same thing because we were having a project at a secondary school, and he was like, "Oh, he's basically 10 years older than them," and I was like, "Oh, flip, that's true. Actually, we are like 10 years older than them. Damn." But yeah, anyways, the fact of the matter is, taking comparison aside, we are still young and we are still growing, and hopefully, we're gonna grow out of the need to people please, innit? Or not, I won't call it a need. I'll just say we grow out of people pleasing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
You just told me about this topic today, and it really resonated with me because I'm realizing, as I told you earlier, that I feel it's the box that is holding us from from actually getting to that level. Well, I don't know for everyone, right? But for me personally, because for instance, right, I feel when we get to some older age, we stop caring about what people think. Right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They do say that when some people get to some, like even right now, we are mature that we don't think of, like, it's not like in secondary school that we used to think of what people thought of us. We've grown from that level a little bit. But the truth is that we still have it a lot. But as you said, experience helps us, and So, but if we can learn that faster now, I think it can help us in different aspects.
If we can induce the
make more
learning.
money, it will help us to have greater relationships and just be better people. So I feel it will help us, right? Yeah, and I feel business is a good way to do that.
Yeah, it is, because the example of business is really the only experience for me of doing people pleasing.
Yeah, like, sorry, someone, I'm interrupting because someone said this, right? He said, if you're an entrepreneur, it will help you to grow in almost every aspect of life. Because for instance, if you have a product if you have a product in the market, right, and it's not selling or something, you would know that you have to fix it. You know that people don't like it, or people will tell you that they don't like it, right? Unlike if it's your parents or your close friends, they might not tell you the truth. They might just be like, "Oh, good job, you're trying, you're doing well." For as an entrepreneur and you are in the real market, if your product is not good, people won't buy. So you have to change that. Like there are things that you start realizing, and it will force you to be better. So true.
Yeah, there's another aspect. As you said that thing about being an entrepreneur and it helping your life. There's this book, or should I say part of a book that I read. I cannot tell you the name because I don't remember what it is. But there's this term that he used. I don't know. There's this term he used, and it's called omnipreneurship. And he basically linked it. He basically was like phrasing it as just applying the concept of being an entrepreneur to your life in general. So like just, omni means one. So like just everything.
Yeah.
So it's like the way you do strategies for your business to grow, you apply those same concepts and ideas to applying strategies to your life to grow. And how we often, someone would probably ask a young person or even ask you, like, what's your goal in life? And you'll be like, oh, my goal in life is this. Do you have like that goal in life? Would you tell me one thing
that I want to achieve?
Like if I came to you and just like, Michael, what's your goal in life? What would you tell me? Really quickly.
Wow, travel 5 countries in 5 years.
Well, that's cool. That's a cool goal. But then the way he put it is like, life is too big to just have one goal. So he decided to put categories. So it's like, same as you have business goals, you might have sales goals, you might have revenue goals, blah, 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 blah. So the same way he has finance, health, faith, I think, spirituality. There were 5 of them. The remaining failed
And
me.
you don't remember the
And
name of the book, this guy.
I probably have it on my phone somewhere. I don't know. I took a course and that's where I found it. The omnipreneurship.
Nice.
I can find it maybe and put it somewhere. But yeah, and then he not only did he do that with the 5 categories, he also put it as just saying one ultimate fire goal is like that's too vague, that's too big. But he decided to make it like, okay, this is the ultimate goal. And he now make it another one. He now said, okay, what's the goal for the next 5 years? And then he now make it one step further and it's like, what's the goal for the next year? So basically, these sub goals are mainly goals that will help you achieve that ultimate goal. So if your goal is to travel 5 countries, so like maybe your 5-year goal would be to travel 2 countries, and your 1-year goal would be to travel 1 country. And then it now goes to the final step, which is your immediate goal. What steps you need to start taking now to start going in that direction. This has turned into a self-help podcast. We're talking about people pleasing, but we're now talking about goals. But yeah,
it's right. Like it's still together. But you know one funny thing?
What's that?
Most people won't even start a business because why? People pleasing. Oh, people think about me. I don't want people to think like I'm a scam. I'm trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
So you see, it's all related.
We have to do the symbolic getting out of our shell, like the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Just burst through it and be reborn as beautiful butterflies. That's a bit cringe that I'm saying it out loud. But yeah, you get the point. It makes sense. Yeah. But anyways, I think it's paramount that we have a part 2 of this. I really want Aisha's take on this. And because really our previous podcast, once you've listened to it, once everyone has listened to it, you'll see that Aisha is very much not a people pleaser.
I'm definitely going to listen to it.
She said, she made one phrase, she's like, she doesn't care being branded the black sheep. If she has a problem with you, she's going to say it. And I was like, oh, wow. Such a cool lady. One of the questions ChatGPT proposed to me is, would you change your opinion or avoid... Oh, yeah, would you change your opinion or avoid saying your opinion or agreeing with someone just so you can avoid the trouble of going back and forth? And I'm pretty sure based on that, Aisha is definitely not going to do. She's just going to say her things like, no, I think rainbows are not... There are not 5 colors in the rainbow. So what did you want to say about this?
Like, when you said, oh, such a cool lady, that's regarding to Aisha, right? I also checked about this topic in ChatGPT, and it was like people who try to please people end up being in the middle. Like people don't know how to feel about you.
Yeah.
But people respect people that they can please. So for instance, now I feel this is part of you respecting Aisha and saying she's cool because she can stand her ground. So like subconsciously, that's how we please people. Well, like, I saw it, and you just seeing it again just confirms it to me because we respect them because we know that this person, they stand for a thing. They don't actually care what you feel, but this is what they stand for, and they will let you know what it is. So yeah, it helps. I'll listen to the podcast.
Yeah, we'll definitely need to do a part 2. I want Aisha. So it's that time of the episode again.
What time is that?
Game time. Woohoo! So the game, can you guess what the game is about based on our topic so far?
You would ask me some situations, and based on my answer, to tell if I'm a people pleaser or not.
Oh no, it's not my place to judge. This is us judging the situation to see if it's. Remember that line I spoke about?
Yeah. What line is that?
The line of being a nice person and then you just being a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna read out scenarios and we'll see if it's basic politeness or you're just people pleasing. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's
so Why am I laughing? Well, because this scenario is something that we both definitely 100% can relate to. In fact, you have related to it recently, not recently, maybe like a couple months ago. And it's when the barber completely ruins your haircut. And then they ask you, how is it? And you just smile and you're like, oh, it's great. Thank you very much. And then you pay them the full price.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you know the funny thing?
What is the funny thing?
I literally just got a haircut, I think like an hour ago or like 1 hour, 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I would help you. I would help you fix that question, because normally the barbers don't ask us like, oh, what do you think or something like that. But this is where they get us right. They might be carving and it's sharp and painful.
Yeah.
And maybe instead of us to be like, bro, it's sharp there. We just, I don't know. We just feel like, oh, let me just hold it in. If he makes a mistake again, I'll tell him. Then he does it again. I was like, oh, maybe it wasn't that until the very end. So yeah, we're actually people pleasers. That's a people pleaser right there.
That is unmistakable.
It's our body. We're supposed to speak out.
I definitely struggle with like various versions of this where something is up and I want to say something, but then I give an excuse like, let me just wait one more time and then just keep giving the excuse. So there is no real discussion to be had here. It is undoubtedly a trauma response, a people-pleasing tactic. Because I remember that one time you went to you get a haircut and they bowed off your...
bro shaved my mustache. Bro, it was sad. It was sad.
Yeah, very, very sad. Very sad. Okay, well, let's move on to the next question. Have you ever been in a situation where a senior colleague of yours or an older relative tells a joke, like they are purposefully trying to tll a joke, but this joke of theirs is terribly unfunny? But you know where I'm going with this. You kind of feel the need to laugh. So even if it's a fake laugh, so they don't feel awkward.
For this one, I won't call it a people pleaser. I will call it the right thing to do.
Is it
the right thing to do, bro? I don't.
How can I trust you as a people pleaser? As a resound people pleaser, how can I trust you?
No. Okay, I feel being a people pleaser is maybe doing something that might be detrimental to you.
Yeah.
So, like, you laughing in this situation would not, it doesn't affect you in any way, right? In any negative way.
Yeah, it doesn't actually.
It doesn't really like take away reputation or something.
Yeah.
So I feel
it doesn't cost a lot on your part, doesn't it? It's more like giving someone 100 naira.
It's just you laughing and being like, oh shit, that was not funny, but I'll laugh.
Yeah. I guess if it's like a situation where the person is trying to be a comedian, then you gotta be honest, like, okay, that wasn't funny. But
no, you gotta tell them that, bro.
But yeah, within the context of just like a casual thing, I think, perhaps doing the fake laugh is a polite thing to do.
By not doing the fake laugh, it might be detrimental to you. Imagine your father telling you a joke and you just look at him like that. No.
Oh my God.
Better you just laugh.
Yeah, that's true actually. Okay, well, that's that. Next question. So imagine this, right? You're walking in public and someone steps on you and you say sorry. Because I do this a lot. I don't even think about it. It's a reflex. It's an apology reflex at this point where something, whether I bump into them or they bump into me, but immediately I'm just like, oh, sorry.
Exactly. Especially in that aspect of bumping into. It happens a lot at CDS. So when someone bumps into me and I turn and I'm like, sorry, immediately I think about it. I'm like, wait, she was bumped into me.
That aspect as well of having the immediate thought like, wait, that also happens to me. I'm like, wait a minute, he bumped into me. Why am I saying sorry? But then it just passes, they leave. more often than not, they also say
Yeah.
sorry. So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, true,
At least
true,
they
true.
know it's their fault. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what did I say? It? Okay. But I think my opinion on this is like, yeah, it's definitely, it might be an inherent people pleasing tactic, but then the fact that it's so inherent that you don't think about it, it might also be just a polite thing. I don't know at this point. We need Aisha's opinion on these things, bro. We're just gonna be like, yeah, it's polite. Okay, last question.
Straight to the point.
Last question. You are feeling a deep knot of anxiety in your chest because you left someone unread for like 4 hours, but you're genuinely busy or working.
Oh, they are definitely a people pleaser, but I'm grateful to God that I'm not in that category.
That question came up because of your WhatsApp detox. For the curious listener out there listening, what is the WhatsApp detox? Well, there's a previous episode somewhere. I don't remember what the title is. That's all about Michael's detox of WhatsApp. I think if you go look for it, you definitely find it. But yeah, Michael ghosted everybody for a month, and now he's off.
I might do that again.
Wow, the need to do that again has come up. That's a bit concerning.
I think so, but let's go first. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, well, that's that. Well, that's all the questions we have for today. So what's the takeaway from this?
I love them.
What's the takeaway from this? The point is, both of us are people pleasers, and we haven't really achieved anything other than the fact that we have decided that, in fact, experience is gonna take us somewhere. Hopefully, that's not here, which is being people pleasers. And that we really missed Aisha this episode, and we really hope she gets well soon and we can record an episode. Maybe we'll record one tomorrow, who knows. But hopefully Aisha, everybody pray for Aisha's quick recovery. Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it might not be necessary. Anyways, you cannot control the version of you that exists in other people's heads. They can think what they want, and you have to let them think what they want. You don't have to audition for roles in other people's lives when you are the main character in your own. Which is weird, because we literally had an episode about the main character syndrome and how that could be a bad thing, but also a good thing. And this is one of those cases where it's a good thing. Anyways, let's not confuse you, because we also confuse ourselves. Thank you for listening to Anywho.
We're not confused.
If you like the episode, make sure to share it with every single person that you know. Yes, every single person. This is not about being a people pleaser. It's about you being polite. So you have to share this with every person you know. Otherwise, you're a bad person. Is that right, Michael?
Yes, it is right. And you should comment the situation that made you realize you're also a people pleaser.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't do that, well, we are practicing not caring anyway, so we'll catch you guys next time.
I know.
Bye.